Welcome back to the channel. This week on the Kiwi Barefoot Gardener, we're giving our strawberries a little winter TLC, showing our brassicas who's boss with some easy cold weather care, and taking a wander through the garden to see how things are holding up in the heart of the winter. So grab a cuppa, pull on your gumboots, and let's get stuck in. My name is Dawn, and I'm the Kiwi Barefoot Gardener. Afternoon all, it's Monday the 30th of June, almost July. So I thought today I would just do a quick zip around and do a update around what's going on in the garden. It's fairly cold out here, so I'm not planning to hang around too long. Hopefully it won't be too shaky because I'm doing it all handheld with the selfie stick, but we'll do our best without too much of a shake, hopefully. So even though it's winter, the hollyhock's still going. Pretty colours for this time of year. As you can see, it's really windy out here. Bit of winter colour in the rose. They're not the perfect blooms, but they are pretty. And a wee bit of viola that I grew from seed. Add a bit of colour. The fuchsia's still going strong. A wee bit rain damage, but still getting some lovely blooms on it. I'll have to give it a cut back soon though. My poor catnip plant that I've got here, Lou keeps attacking it. I do have others, so it's not the end of the world that he is attacking it, but for some reason him, Bo, and one of the neighbourhood cats have taken to laying on top of this and just trashing it. Some colour near the front door. These are evergreen azaleas. They flower twice a year, though normally just autumn and spring, but they seem to be still going strong at the moment. I've got 5 of these and they're all out. I also have a number of cyclamen near the front door, just adding a bit of colour at this time of year. The hydrangeas are past their best at the moment. I'll let them winter over a bit, and around August I'll give them a good haircut, and we'll go through that with you at the time. The lettuce aren't really doing anything, they're still weedy. I'm hoping that with the increased sunlight, or sunshine hours, that they might bulk out, but they might be a lost hope. Beans are doing well though, so they'll go to someone soon. And my pak choi. So I was just about to say the slug hasn't been back, but that's new. So little bugger's been back and had a nibble of that one. I tried using a solution of Vegemite to see if I could lure him into there because I didn't have any beer, but no. So I think I might have to go to plan B. No, I've been to plan B. Plan C. Yes, he's had a good nibble on a few things actually, looking carefully. Bugger him. The sweet pea from last week are doing okay. They haven't seemed to have packed a sack being moved out into the greenhouse, so that's good. My passion fruit vine is finally starting to yellow off and die back. Needs to do it in a hurry because I want to chop that right back and move it to the other end of the greenhouse. It's not going to get moved root-wise because it's in a planter, big planter. So all I'm going to do is cut it back and move the whole planter and it physically to the other end of the greenhouse. The scrappy bits of garlic that I was doing as an experiment seem to be doing quite well in here in the greenhouse. All popped up, so that's good. The asparagus beds that we did together the other week, they're all doing good. Probably need a wee bit of a water because this area doesn't get a lot of rain because it's under the eaves of the house. So I might give them a drink, but not today. Bit cold to be splashing water around. The yams that we dug out the other week, there's still a whole bed and a third to go. and I'll leave them to die, try and die all the way back and see if I can get some bigger harvest out of them. The kumara vines have completely gone kaput, so there's still a bed and a bit of them to go. So I'll give them another week or two and I'll dig them out as well. Right, the back veggie garden. I'm not going to go around it all like I did last time, but the garlic's up. The cabbages and collies are starting to do their thing and firm up. The broccoli over the far side has got tiny little heads, so not too long for that. I think I got rid of most of the grey aphids that were on my kohlrabi, and the Swedes seem to be doing well there. Started harvesting some of the carrots out the very back, so generally getting a nice little harvest at this time of year for what we've got. In the near future I need to prune my red and black currants, and we'll do that together. And we'll also do the gooseberries together. It's be a fine day because those beds lose the sun about lunchtime, so it needs to be warm enough for me to be in the shade. Do those. So some of my bulbs are starting to come up, which is great. I just hope that we don't get severe frosts and that they'll get knocked over. Right back in my first vlog, I was digging up and transplanting and tidying up some petunias. They've transplanted well and we've had a wee bit of colour even though it's freezing cold here. They seem quite happy just tucked up in this corner and giving us a wee bit of colour. A wee while back I went into town and went to Mitre 10. I swear that place has a big magnet on the roof, it just sucks me in. But they had 3 cyclamen for $12, so I'm a sucker for a cyclamen, and I grabbed 3 of them, and they are just some lovely colours out here on the deck at the moment. Right, I said that was going to be a quick one, and I'll zoom you around to see what's going on. Just way too cold out there with that wind coming from the south. Good morning. It is Wednesday the 2nd of July. It's around about 11 a.m. in the morning. We've had a really good frost here. As said previously, we don't get huge frosts as a rule out here because we're coastal, but this morning was a good stonker. It's only about 5 degrees at the moment, but today is meant to be my only sunny day that I can get out. Thursday, Friday, they're predicting rain, so I'm going to get out here and enjoy the sun, even though it's cold, and get to work on some of the garden. The thing I want to do this morning, first thing, is to look at my brassicas. Yes, you can just leave them and they'll do their thing over winter and you'll get your crop, but you want to maximise what you get and you want to get good quality. So a good way of doing that is just to go through your brassicas and take away the bottom leaves so that the top leaves are the ones that are doing all the work, but your plant's not feeding the bottom leaves, so you're maximising what the plant's putting its energy into. One of the first things I've noticed this morning having a look at the brassicas is, unfortunately, despite the fact that I've had a good go at them, the green-grey aphids are still on my kohlrabi. They look to be just sticking to the one plant, so I might just leave it with that, and as long as they're not spreading, not get too worked up about it. I'm going to start working my way through the middle bed and remove any unwanted leaves, stuff that's starting to go over leaves, check out for slugs and anything like that. And as I go, I'm just going to give the soil a little dose of sheep pellets. Normally over winter I wouldn't bother. We don't get a lot of rain as a rule in Canterbury, so the soil retains its nutrients quite well, but this year we've had a lot of rain, and even though the plants are looking quite good, I know we've got more rain coming, so I might just give them a little handful of sheep pellets just to give them a little boost. You come in to see what's going on. You come to help the gardener. Your brother's over there sitting in the sun. Hey, what are you doing? You're going to lay down there, okay. No? What do you want? You want a pat? Can I finish doing what I was doing, darling? You going to let Mummy do her work without grabbing her hand as she sticks it into the thing? Okay. So I try and follow some of Charles Dowding's stuff, the no-dig guy. And one of the things he does with his brassicas is that he removes the lower leaves. Helps remove anything that is disease, damage or dying, but it also helps expose the soil to the sun a bit more, so hopefully giving it a bit more warmth when the sun's out and helping with the growing. So I'm going to go through some of these cauliflowers and give them a wee bit of a bottom prune, and then I'm going to have a wee look. I'm pretty sure that there's a collie starting in there. It's a bit risky at the moment though, because there's small black furry creatures hanging around underneath the undergrowth, and when I put my hand in, sometimes a black paw comes out to grab me. So if you hear me yelp, that's why. Right, just spent several minutes before I started doing that, looking for where I left my snips a few minutes ago. It's a problem with me, I'm always losing my garden tools in the garden. But anyway, let's go. The cats are gone over there, so I'm safe. So just, you can break them or snip them. They come away fairly easy. But you just want the bottom leaves, get rid of them. Just gives the plant a bit more to put into the actual growth of the stuff further up. The other thing I need to do is remove some of the little bamboo stakes I had that I was just supporting them when they were first in and a bit flimsy, because brassicas don't like to rock, they don't like their roots being disturbed. So I've just brought the camera down for you to see how I've lifted up the foliage up off the dirt, so it helps with damaged leaves aren't becoming slug bait. And so I've got that one reasonably where I want it. That's in comparison to its next door neighbour, which I haven't done yet. And I'm going to lift those bottom leaves off so that it is got a lot more air underneath the structure itself. And I'll show you that when I'm done. Right, you can see that I've lifted up the leaves up off the soil there. The other thing that helps with when you remove the really big older leaves, because you're not wanting your brassicas to rock around, there's less area for the wind to catch them in, especially in high winds, and rock them around and flatten them. So it helps with that as well. So I just noticed that these guys, these collies, are just starting to heart up. You can just see that in there, and I can't do it with one hand, but right at the bottom there, underneath those green leaves, there's a wee collie curd starting to form. Okay, so it's Friday the 4th of July. This is editing dawn. I had a bit of a glitch on Wednesday where I lost my mic just after I finished doing the brassica bit, and didn't notice when I started doing the strawberry bit. So I lost quite a bit of audio from that. So the next bit is going to be a mix of stuff that I did on Wednesday and stuff that I've done today, just to show you exactly what I'm up to. What I was saying the other day was around why I have the nets on here. Yes, you need nets in summer to stop the birds, but for me, I have the nets on at this time of year because of one of my cats. Bo has a thing for the wool matting that I use as my mulch, and he will rip it up and just spread it everywhere. So I keep the netting on to stop him doing that. These are second year strawberries. So last year what I did was I dug them all up, split them, kept the best and replanted them. I replanted them after I refilled the bed with new compost and dirt, and then once I'd done that, I laid this wool matting that I'll use, and I'll talk about a bit more later in the video. But as these strawberries are second year strawberries, I don't need to do quite as much with them this year. It's more just a tidy up. So it's all about getting rid of the old leaves here, getting all the stuff out of the centre, anything that's sort of dead and gone, anything that's like that is not much use. And generally going through them with a fine tooth comb, remove all the flowers, because I've found quite a few flowers on them, even though it's cold and wet. Before I put the mulch back down and around the plant, I'm going to give it a wee feed. This is just what I happen to have in the garage at the moment. It is a balanced one for strawberries. Usually over the summer I'm just tossing in some sheep pellets generally. I don't specifically go for branded stuff, but I had this, so I'm going to use it. With the sheep pellets, I just sort of do about half a handful around the base of the strawberry. This is about 1 tablespoon per plant, so I'll pop roughly that around it, and then I'll refit some wool matting around it and go from there. One thing about putting any sort of fertiliser on your plants, you do need to ensure that you water them afterwards, so that the dry powder doesn't burn the plant. But I know it's going to rain for tomorrow, so it should be fine till then. So this is the stuff that I use for my mulch. It was the lining for the things like my food bag, to keep cool part of it. I managed to collect a whole stack of it about 3-4 years ago, and I'm down to my last pack now. I'll probably have to see if I can get some more, because looking at the bed at the moment, it's actually hasn't stood up as well as it has done in previous years. It's probably because we had quite a cold, wet summer, and the stuff is broken down quite a lot. So I'm going to use what I've got now to try and tidy up the wee area that I'm working on, and then over the next week or so I'll try and get some more and patch up the rest of it, and as I continue to work through the bed. Now I'll just work away quietly at this bed and get it all sorted. It's probably going to take me a couple of days. It's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I lost a lot of the afternoon to running around looking for a mic that I lost in the garden when I was doing
the brassicas. So
good morning all. Well, it's Saturday the 5th of July. I'm a wee bit behind again. So it's time for our coffee and chat. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier in the week. It's one of those things with doing vlogs or anything. Yeah, unfortunately I lost the mic and I still haven't been able to find it. I've been running around the garden with a magnet on a stick. Found the magnet clip on the back, but not the mic itself. With the brassicas, I'll put a link to Charles Dowding's YouTube channel in the description. He's got some awesome information around how to care for brassicas, etc. In his many videos. The weather's really impacting on how much gardening I'm getting done. If it's not raining, the wind's blowing a gale, or it's just so damn cold in the wind that I just don't want to be out there, which is unusual for me. Canterbury usually has like really good frosts with calm blue dome days, and you just get heaps and heaps of gardening done over winter. Not this year. So I'm going to try and get out there and get as much done on the sunny days as I can. I'd just like to thank everyone for liking, commenting and subscribing on the vlogs to date. To subscribe, it is free. The word subscribe can sort of put a few people off because they think they're going to pay. I was like that for a long time. I thought subscribe was you had to pay, but eventually I found out from another YouTuber, oh no, subscribe is just a term that they use. Well, today's going to be a short and sweet chat and coffee. The sun is actually out, and after I disappear for a quick gardening meeting with some friends, I'm going to get out there and do some gardening. If you have any questions about the things that were in the video this week, just put a comment down in the comment section below and I'm happy to answer them. If you have any suggestions about things that you would like to see during the vlogs, just pop a comment down there too, and I'll see if I can address those as well. But for now, I hope you have a happy and safe week. Stay dry and warm, and I'll see you next week in the vlog. Bye.